everyone, I will be getting chickens soon and I could really use your help. I have never had chickens before and I've never even seen a chicken in real life. But I've been doing some research, watching videos, and learning, but I'm on a very tight budget, a very tight credit card budget to be able to get my chickens. So I picked out some things on Amazon. It's my only option at the moment. I don't have a vehicle until I get my other house sold. So Amazon is my option for purchasing and is for the chicken eggs. Unfortunately, they cannot ship live chicks anymore with the post office. So they can only ship the eggs. So I will have to get the eggs and then hatch them myself. And so these are some of the things that I've picked out that seem decent and are on the lower end of the price ranges. So let's take a look at what the details are for warming plates, and then we can go into all the other fun stuff. This one says that it's easy clean, 10 by 10 inches, good for 15 chicks, and it's 15 watts. Made of high quality ABS, so it's solid and durable, easy to adjust. It has anti-slip pads and even heating. And the price is $62.89, but they do have another option. You can get the larger one that is 12 inches by 12 inches, and it will heat about 20 chicks, and it is $69.82. That is definitely the better option, but all the details are the same. But you do have the two sizes that you can pick from, and it comes in two colors, black or orange. And it has 25 height options, consistent temperature, thermal insulation on top, high energy efficiency, adjustable height, and angle. These are some of the things I look for, is when I see words that are not backed up by things. Thermal insulation on top, but they don't tell you what they mean by that. Are they saying that the top part is some kind of safety feature? Maybe so when chickens jump on top, they don't burn their feet. I don't know. It doesn't tell you. High energy efficiency. Well, it doesn't explain, how much, like, how are you saving money? What are your details? What are your facts? So, it seems okay, but I don't like advertising that doesn't give specifics or some facts to back up their words. This caught my attention. I love multi-purpose, and especially when it helps me be more efficient with spending money. I'm always looking for what is going to work great for what I need now, and can I use this for something else? This one can also be turned vertical. So when you first hatch your chicks, it looks like it'll be great. But those chicks will soon be chickens. And winter is cold here. So it's a nice option to have the heat plate sideways that can go in the coop. And it looks like it would be safe. So if they get cold, they can heat up a little bit and then go play. So it is nice to have that extra option just in case you need it. But this one is 16 inches by 12 inches. The other ones I looked at were usually 10 or 12 inches. So I do think this one might be the right one because of that size, and the price is very similar to the smaller ones. So here's where I need your help. It says 200 watts. I have no idea what that means. I was never taught anything about watts or hydro or electricity, none of that stuff. I have no idea if that's good or bad. So is this good? Is it too much? Is it too little? I don't want to cook the poor little things. And some of the other heat plates I looked at were 15 watts. So that's quite the difference. Now, I know this one is a bit bigger, so that could be it, but I just need your feedback. Does this look okay? Does it look safe? And what watts should I be looking at for a heat plate? So keep in mind, I have to hatch out a lot of eggs. So I'm not going to be able to purchase one heat plate. I'm going to probably need at least two. If it's the smaller ones, I'll probably need four. So if I can just get two, and that would be, if that would be enough, then I only need one wall outlet that I can plug them both in. That is very nice to have because when I build my brooder area, I can just put it by one wall plug and I'm good. But if I need more because it's smaller, then I'm going to have to put my brooder area where I have two wall plugs close together, and that can be a bit difficult. So this is an excellent feature with the size, and hopefully I would only need to buy two of them. So this one also has a coupon at the moment. Instead of paying $80, it would be $72 Canadian plus tax. Seems like a great deal. So let's get into the details on the next page and see if it's good. This is indoor and outdoor coop safe, and it has automatic temperature control. So it says that it has a built-in smart temperature sensor, and the heater will continuously monitor the environment and automatically adjust its output to maintain your preset temperature. And let's see, skip down here. So obviously it's a 2-in-1, so you can use it as a brooder plate and also as a coop heater. And then we have 200 watts of power, and the temperature ranges from 70 Fahrenheit to 190 Fahrenheit. So you can set whatever temperature you want, which I think is nice. And then it has 3 installation modes. So I believe they mean you can use it as your brooder, or you can use it vertically as like a heater that has a stand, because I think it looks like 2 of the legs for the brooder can actually, that's what will hold the plate vertically, but you can also mount it on the wall. So there's just 3 different ways you could use it. And it includes your 2-in-1 heater, 4 adjustable legs, protective top cover, mounting hardware with anchors and screws, and a user manual. Now, when it says protective top cover, it doesn't go into detail on what it's protective for. So is it just protective of the device that, like, I don't know, or is it, because I'm wondering if it's a cover that's protecting the chickens from getting their feet burnt, because here's something. Chickens will jump on top of your heating plate. So it's very important to have a heating plate that has like a dome shape on top so that they can't stand on it. But when you have it on an angle, then that also helps prevent them from standing on top of the heater plate. So I'm kind of wondering if the protective top cover is something that's going to protect their feet. So, but it doesn't say if it's just protecting the machine from getting dirty, or is this like a protective cover for heat? I don't know, so that's a little disappointing, but let's go to the next one. This is pretty much the same information that was on the other page, but it does say that there is a light indicator, and the color of that light, it will indicate the operating status. So I guess that's a good feature. And then it shows the temperature that you should have it for brooding chicks and the temperature for the adult chickens. So that's all the information they have on here. And at the bottom, I believe it's saying that if your coop or area that you are trying to heat is more than 8 square feet, it's best to have more than one unit. And then it's showing the different light indicators, which is nice to have. So at least you know it's working if it's plugged in, but there's no heat. And let's go to the next page. These images basically give the same information that we previously got, but it does show that you can adjust the height, and it says angle adjustable. That is important because I do not want chicks standing on top of it. So I do want to make sure that I can get an angle, but I would like a decent enough angle that it makes it harder for them to stand on it. And it's not going into detail on the degree of the angles, so it seems like it's using the notches, so it's probably where you could just put the back part down one notch. I think it would be more difficult if it went more than one, so it's not looking like it has much of an angle. However, there's ways of being resourceful and doing a little DIY on that. So, which I don't like to do, but you know, it is what it is. Overall, it seems like a great option, and it does give the info in the bottom corner that it is best if you use more than one unit if it's over 8 square feet. So 8 square feet is what they claim it will properly heat. So this is this option, and now let's go to the next one. This one is a heat plate, and it's not showing that you could use it vertically. It's just for its intended use in the picture, and that's fine. And it says 30 by 30 centimeters, which is about 11.8 inches. So we'll just say 11 by 11. I guess you could round it to 12, but anyways, up to 25 chicks. It's $65.99 Canadian plus taxes. And then it says it is indoor, not outdoor. It includes a bowl, which is interesting because I don't see that in the picture. So I don't know. Anyways, so it does say that it is made of heat resistant material, and it has an auto shut off at 195 Fahrenheit, and it is UL certified and factory tested. I don't know what UL certified is. I don't know. And let's see here. So it runs at 75 watts, and that's all the information they give us. So let's go to page 2. So here's the info. There's not much, but it is a basic model, so can't expect much. Now, the light type is LED. That I do not like because LED emits massive radiation that's very bad for your health. And I don't want to radiate my poor little chickens. So, not really. This is at the low end of my list. Now, it says that it's 18 watts, but in the description, it says it uses low power 20 watt consumption. And that's pretty much it. It will heat 1 to 25 chicks. And that's it. So let's go over to the next one. This one is round and has 3 legs, and it's $54.99 Canadian. It is 35 watts, overheat safety cutoff, rapid and uniform metal heating, easy clean, simple design, 4 smart timer modes, 1, 2, and 4 hours. And let's go on over to the next page. And it does say it's 12 by 12, but it is a circle. So that's interesting. This one says adjustable temperature. It has 35 watts, and it is an element heater, so there is no bulb, but it says it is stable and durable. The structure designed with 3 legs for enhanced balance and safety. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I just don't see how 3 legs is sturdy and durable. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm just thinking. And it does say ABS frame and adjustable legs. So it's showing that you can adjust the height as well as the angle, which is great. But the temperature range is 104 to 167. Now, on the other one, it was 70 Fahrenheit all the way up to, I think, 190 something Fahrenheit. So it does make me wonder if this could be too hot. It starts at 104, but I thought chicks should be at like 90. So let me know if I'm wrong, but this one seems like it'll cook the poor things. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts and your knowledge is on this matter, because I am still learning. So let's go over to our next section. And now we've moved on to chicken egg incubators. These are the two I picked out that I think are probably the best options that I had to choose from. I did not pick the small ones, which are a little bit cheaper, because I would need quite a few and it would end up being a lot more expensive. So I do not want to put all my eggs in one incubator just in case it fails, but financially at the moment, I think this is the most cost effective for what I need. So I do try to be as efficient as I can with spending money, and I want to buy things once. So I think about going forward. Right now, I need to incubate a certain amount of eggs. But later on, I'm going to probably need to do a lot more, because in the future, I'll be doing meat birds, and I'll probably be incubating eggs to add to a new flock, because I will hopefully have a freeze dryer by then, and I'll have a more established customer base to sell the eggs, so I'll probably need more hens. So I do want to make sure that I'm buying one incubator that's large enough for what I need later on, instead of buying one now and one later. Unfortunately, that's just too expensive. So for right now, I feel like it's best if I just get one that'll do a lot of eggs. So like I said, it's best to have two. So if one fails, at least you don't lose all your eggs. But as of right now, I'm only going to get one. So I need to see which one is best, unless there's one that you can find that is a better option at a better price. This is Canadian dollars on Amazon. So I am not able to go to a store, because we don't have a car at the moment, until I'm able to sell my other house. This is my only option, is online and delivers to Canada, and without fees. So let's start with these two. Now, the one says 56 eggs, but is that chicken or could that be quail? So we're gonna have to look at the descriptions to see exactly what's 56 eggs. The other one says 48 eggs, but it also does quail. So I need to know how many chicken eggs, and I do see adjustable racks. So let's take a look at these two. This one is showing automatic egg timing, and it's showing 360. So I'm thinking that it rotates the eggs completely. It has incubator humidity control, air vent, A, B, and C water tank, built-in egg handler, which that is important. So I have not seen that actually yet. I've watched quite a few YouTube videos, and I always see people use the small egg incubators, and I have not seen one of those built in, because that's nice to know. If you're sitting there waiting for the last egg or those last few eggs to hatch and they're not hatching, you don't want to open it and then disrupt them just in case they were going to hatch. But it would be nice to know if maybe there's just nothing there. So that, I do like that feature. And it says that it is suitable for quail, goose, chicken, pigeon, and duck, which I will not be doing. But it is nice to know that you have that option, because you never know. I may gift this to somebody if I no longer need it, or lend it to somebody. So it is nice to have those options. Let's go to the next page. It says external water addition and airflow system ensures consistent temperature and humidity, providing the best incubation environment for all eggs. And it has an automatic egg turner, that automatically stops turning eggs during the last 3 days of incubation to avoid excessive rotation and improve the eggs production rate. It's good. And we have 360-degree viewing and a built-in egg handler. So it says here the feature is 360-degree transparent lid for non-intrusive observation. And it has a visual egg handler lighting on top of the egg incubator. That's very important. And even more important, easy to clean. So it says here that it has a detachable design that makes cleaning easy. Just take out the egg frame, the trays, and card strips to wash. Comes with 10 of the card strips that are adjustable depending on the egg size. And anything new? Nope, just says the different kind of eggs. Still is not telling me how many chicken eggs I can fit in there. 56 eggs. I'm assuming they're going by the smallest, which would be quail. So I don't know. If you have this, let me know. How many chicken eggs can I fit in here? Most likely I will have to contact the company and hopefully they'll get back to me and let me know how many chicken eggs I can fit in here. Because, I don't want to buy something and then find out that I could have just got a different one that was cheaper and had the same amount of space for chicken eggs. So very disappointed that they do not tell you how many chicken eggs you can fit in here. So let me know if you have experience with this one. And also, what are your thoughts and your advice on this particular one? This one is $149.99 plus tax in Canadian dollars. And it says 48 eggs, but in the fine print, it says 48 chicken eggs. Well, hallelujah, they actually tell me how many chicken eggs. So I'm liking this one because it tells me how many chicken eggs. It's great. Now, let's see. It's made of ABS material and seems to be easy clean. It says you can easily wipe the cover and other parts can be washed directly. Auto humidity control. You can manually add water to the bottle on the side. And it has the built-in handler. Dual circulating air duct that makes internal temperature and humidity of the machine more average and stable, improving the hatching rate. Let's see. It has a protective wall to provide a secure environment for the chicks, a 2-inch protective wall to prevent them from falling and getting hurt. And it is also thoughtfully designed with an anti-slip mat to prevent the chicks from slipping and injuring their feet. And here we have install, easy to install, and that's about it. Has advanced digital temperature control system that you can adjust, and it has some nice little pictures over here. Programmable rotation intervals. Okay, and we have advanced induced airflow system. So looking good, looking good. Adjustable range, 68 Fahrenheit to 104 Fahrenheit. Okay, let's check the next page. And these pictures give the same information that we've already seen, but I do like that they emphasize that it's easy to clean. I've seen some videos that people have had eggs which did not hatch and instead they exploded. So just in case that happens, I do like that they make it very clear that it is easy to clean. And I don't know, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions and your advice on this machine or something else? Because I am on a very tight budget and this, again, is Canadian. So I do not have access to the same prices that you could get on a US Amazon or stores in the US. My cat is purring. Sorry if you hear him, but he is very excited about getting chickens. So let me know what you think I should do for an incubator. And keep in mind the price range is also This is a lot. So if I could get something cheaper that works just as great and has the features and can hold a lot of eggs, I would love that information. But as of right now, these were the two best options I could find on Amazon Canada. So give me your feedback and we will go to our next section. This one, I like it. I find it's an excellent investment as far as paying one price. So this one here, it shows it is adjustable. Now, the actual feeder is one size, but you can adjust the height, which is excellent because I would pay one price and I can use it for chicks, and then as they grow in the middle size, and then also it can be used for full-grown chickens. And it just looks cute. And it looks like it's metal as well. And it also has a little window so you can see if the feed is getting low. 50-pound storage. Well, it says 50-pound large chicken feeder. So I don't know if it weighs 50 pounds or if it holds 50 pounds of feed. Let's go to the next slide and check and see. This one says 50 pounds of feed. So that's good to know. It will hold 50 pounds of feed. It is made of durable, heavy duty, rust resistant, galvanized metal, and is built to last. Nice. So I'm liking this one. Now it does have 8 extended feeding ports to allow multiple chickens to comfortably eat at once, which is nice. And it looks like they have caps on them, which is great. So you can close them if you don't want them being used. And it does have measurements. So it seems small. When you look at the measurements, because I'm thinking a ruler is 12 inches. So it seems really small. I don't know. Let me know if you have one of these or if you've actually seen one in person and what your thoughts are and if you like it. So let's go to the next one with the price. The rest of the information they give is basically what we've already went over, and the price is $89.99. And this is just for feed. This is not for water, so you know, it is expensive, but I do like that I can use it for chicks and then middle size and then full grown adult chickens. So it is nice to buy one thing, and it is made of metal. So that's also a nice feature as opposed to something that may break. And it looks fairly sturdy, like it wouldn't be that easy to tip over. However, I would probably make some kind of base so that I can reinforce that bottom part to make sure it doesn't tip over. But overall, I think it's a great option. So let me know your thoughts. And we'll go to the next option, which are the cheaper, more affordable options. This here is a large chicken feeder. It says 5-pound capacity for all poultry. So it is $18.46. There's other options and other sizes as well. And then there's also a 1-quart poultry drinker. And this, let's see, well, it's 1 quart. So let's go to the next page and see what details we can find. This is showing a 1.5 gallon, and it has a metal handle, and it says hygienic drinking design that works well for chicks, quail, and adult chickens. And it has different sizes, 4 gallon, 1.5, and 3/4 gallon. And it has a leak-proof base. They also have this matching feeder, which we already saw, and the feeder comes in 11-pound and 5-pound. And it has a removable lid. So this is a very affordable, more affordable option. It's still money, so everything's expensive to me, but it's a more affordable option, and there's nothing wrong with it really. The only thing though is I prefer to have things elevated off the ground, which means I would have to build something. Building stuff is a lot of extra work and money, unless you find scraps to build from. But you'd have to elevate it off the ground in a way that they won't be able to easily knock it down. So it would involve some work. Um, hmm. So I really do like the other option that is larger, it's off the ground, and it's for, all stages, and the work is done for you. So yeah, $90 plus tax is very expensive, but it's already done for you. So these are two cost options. We have $19 and $90. So let me know if you use these and what your thoughts are and what you think. But I'm going to go to the next slide with that little bit of extra info on this one before we get into a pretty cool one that I found. This one here is basically the same as the other one, but it is a 1 quart and it's a more tall, narrow design. So it made me wonder if a quart-sized glass canning jar would screw onto there. I don't know. I just started thinking that because I do prefer glass over plastic, especially when it's in the heat and it's hot. But of course, in the wintertime, it's not good. But I would definitely make sure my coop is warm enough that nothing's going to freeze, including my chickens. So I don't know. I just thought, if somebody has had this before and has tried it, let me know if you could put a quart glass canning jar in there instead of the plastic. So this was just another option, $17.40, and it was just something that I was thinking about. So let me know what your opinions are on this one, and then we'll go to this different kind of design that I found. Here is something that I thought would be really nice to have. So you can put these in different spots in the coop instead of having all the chickens go to one spot. Yeah, it's a little extra work having to put feed in them in different spots, but I kind of like it. And here's why I really like this. Yeah, they look really small, but I don't know. I think they're good for what I want to use them for. So I do plan on giving them dried food. They're just chicken feed, but I'll make it myself so that I can make sure that it's healthy, non-GMO, organic, and I can control what they're eating. But I also want to make sure that they're getting healthy, natural food on a regular basis, especially in the wintertime. So I will be canning up a whole lot of dried beans and lentils and chickpeas and stuff for them to have all winter long to get that good natural proteins. And also as much garden stuff as I can. I want to supplement them with healthy natural foods as much as I can. So along with their beans, I want to take all the extra stuff out of my garden and can it up. And honestly, I don't think they would really care if the textures and the flavors are not what we're used to. So cucumbers, they are so hard to find a way to preserve other than pickles. So if I got extra cucumbers, I can just chop them up, toss them in a quart jar, add some squash, maybe add some tomatoes, I don't know, whatever I got, pressure can it. And so I plan on just taking as much as I can of all the extra stuff, pressure canning it into some garden vegetable mixes. And then every day I can go out and I can just open up quart jars, dump it in this little bucket thing, and they can get the natural healthy foods and all the juice in it. So I don't know. Do you think that would work for that maybe? I don't know. But it's just a thought. So let me know if you have used these or if you have any better ideas because I don't want them knocking stuff over. So I like how you can clip these as opposed to screwing them on. So you could screw it into some wood, but with the clips, if it'll hold a weight of a quart canning jar of say like food and liquid, then you could easily unclip it and wash them in the house. And easy clean is very important. So that was just my thoughts. And let's go to the details. So this comes in a 4-pack and 2.5 quarts. Price is $30.26 plus tax, Canadian. It is UV resistant, sturdy plastic, easy to detach and clean. And now we are into what to put in those feeders. So I try very hard to stay away from corn and soy. So for my chickens, I want to find something that is much better for them and better quality and healthier. So I found a few things, but good gracious, wow, it's expensive. So I found 3 different things that I could use. This one is corn and soy free, and it's also non-medicated. Very important. It is non-GMO, USA grown, 21% protein, organic. $67.52 for a 2-pound sample bag. I sure wish they had a sample price, but $67 for plus tax for 2 pounds. That just seems a bit much, but it is an option, and I'm exploring options. So, it's sourced from U.S. family farms, what it says, and it gives you the breakdown for a 2-pound bag. So, if you have 1 bird, a 2-pound bag will last 2 weeks. Well, I'm probably going to have 50 or so birds. So, for 2 weeks, I would need 50 of these bags. And for a whole entire month, wow, I'm going to probably be spending $1,000 on feed. That seems a bit unreasonable, and I barely have $67. So it's not affordable. I will say it is definitely not affordable. And this is one of the reasons why I am trying very hard to figure out a way that I can make my own. If I could maybe just buy the different ingredients and mix it myself, something like that, until I get to a point where I can grow my own things. I want so much to grow my own chicken food. So in the meantime, I don't have that option at the moment to use. So here's option number 1, and we'll go to number 2. Next option, it does not say corn and soy free, but it is an option. 10 pounds, $89.99. Organic, readily digestible granules, complete nutrition, non-GMO, antibiotic free, high protein, and made in Canada. And over here, it says it is formulated for young chicks, designed for their early growth stages, and free of hormones, and enriched with essential nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, and formulated to enhance egg production and resulting in a richer yolk, improved taste, and higher nutritional value. So that is the other option. And now let's go to the third option. This is the last option that I found for feed that I thought was the best options that I could find on Amazon Canada. This one says corn flavor, but it does not have corn. So it is corn and soy free. It is 25 pounds. It is minimum of 17% protein, high protein, low starch, keeps the birds cooler in hot climates to help them not overheat, and it supports eggshell strength and digestive health. Let's see what else it says here. That's pretty much it. So this is the third option. Now, if you have tried any of these, let me know what your thoughts are. And also, if you know where I can get something similar to these, where it's high quality, no corn, no soy, no antibiotics, but a hefty lower price, I would greatly appreciate it. So let me know if you have experience on making your own corn and soy free that's high quality and very nutritious for them, or if there's somewhere in Canada that you can order a good quality chick feed that is much cheaper. Please let me know. And now we're going to head over to our last 2 sections, which is a few different toys and some bedding for the brooder. I've picked out a few toys I thought were cute that chickens might like. And I just like some feedback. Do you have toys for your chickens? Do you have any advice or thoughts on different toys that they might enjoy? So there is this set here. It's 7 pieces. I like the idea of the swing, but as far as the little bag to put like a cabbage or lettuce in, I don't really like that because I feel like they might peck at the plastic or whatever fiber that is of that bag, and I just wouldn't want them doing that. So I don't think I would use that, but I don't know if they would like the other things. And then over here is a perch, which is important, even for little baby chicks. You know, want to give them a little perch. So this here is just the perch, but in the other slides, they have a swing attached to them. So I do want to make sure they have a perch, but I do think it'd be cute if they also had a swing. So let me know if you have any perches like this for them. Now, I do plan on building a big coop and having proper ones, but you know, to start with, this is convenient, it's easy to use, and it's already done for me because it's going to take some time to get the run and the coop done. So I just need some basic things that I can quickly put together. This is a real life picture that I found with the ad. So it gives a better view of what it looks like. And wow, they sure get that perch dirty. So, and I wouldn't want to stain or put chemicals on it. So I'm going to need a good cedar or something, I think. Now, here's the trick, is that the pictures show the wood like perches, but in the fine print, it does not come with that. So it's just a frame. You have to buy your own wood perches to put on the frame. So it's $30 plus tax, and then you have to get your own purchase. Now, I actually think that's a good idea in one way because doing some of the research I did, I found that because of the size of their feet when they like curl over, because they want something round. It's better for their feet. So if they have to perch on something flat, it's not good for their feet. I may be wrong, but that's just what I found in my research, is that their perches should be round and there's a certain size that it should be. So I would have to find some kind of cedar wood or something that is a certain diameter round so that it's comfortable for their feet. So this is just an option. It's just the frame. So let me know if you've tried this and what type of perches that you have used to put on there, or if you made your own, what size is best for their feet. And this one says it'll hold 8 to 10 chickens. This perch has a built-in swing. How cute is that? It is $49.99 Canadian plus tax, and taxes are 15% here. So this does not have separate perches. So this is all one piece. Well, you put them together, but you know, it comes with all the pieces. You don't have to buy them separate. And you get some little perches and a cute little swing. So I thought this was adorable. I just want to know if you have one or any advice on little perches and swings that you have. But yeah, I think this is cute. So is this something that chickens like? Is it good for them? And this one it says 10 to 12 chickens. So let me know your feedback and we'll go to the next one. This is a picture of the actual perch with the swing. So it gives a better idea of what it looks like and the size. There's a little bucket on the floor you can kind of compare it to. It's the best picture that they had. So this just gives a bit of an idea. And the metal perches actually look like they're round. So I kind of like that. I think that is nice. So let me know your thoughts. And the next one is the last one for toys. This is another picture of the perch with a swing. And then I found a swing set for chickens. So this one here, it says it's good for 6 to 8 chickens. and it's for outside use and indoor as well, and it will take about 10 minutes to put together. But it says that featuring 2 sturdy wooden chicken swings. But that does not look like wood. So the actual frame is metal, and it does say that it is treated with a special rust prevention to effectively resist wind and rain. But the swings that the chickens are standing on does not look like it's wood. It's the same color as the metal frame. So I don't know, the description's a little off. So I'm not sure, but it just looks cute. If anybody has this, let me know what your experience is and if chickens will actually use this or if they'll like it. But this is just something that I thought would be fun to have for the chickens so they can be happy. And if they're busy doing things, they're probably not going to be fighting or pecking at each other because I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. So I think happy chickens are probably going to be more friendly. And that's all we have for toys. So I do have one more slide for making my actual brooder. So let's take a look at that and see how that'll work. And now we get to the brooder. That is the last thing that I need to get. So this slide and the next one is going to be just for what I think would be what I need. And this here is the only thing I picked out. I do not have anything else that I want to choose from because I need to be as efficient as possible and multi-purpose. So I have wanted these for many, many, many years, and I'd like to cover my whole lawn with them. But I don't have that kind of money to do that. So I do not even have one set of these. But I was thinking, instead of spending money on a brooder that's for chickens, if I could get a set of these and use that as my brooder setup, then when I no longer need it for the chicks, I can use it in the front lawn, which I've been wanting to do for many, many years. So this is something that is the best prices that I found. So here in Canada, I have been really disgusted with the prices of raised beds. They are so expensive. Even this is expensive, but it's the best price that I've seen. 12 feet by 4 feet metal raised beds. So, and there's a 3-pack. So I thought, well, maybe I could get a 3-pack that I've been wanting for years, and I could use that to set up my brooder and then use it in the yard. But I do know that you're not supposed to use anything with a corner for chicks because they could congregate in that corner and the back ones could get trampled on or stuck or squished. So I think it would be best to get the rounded edge one. But I just don't like that because I feel like you're getting gypped on space. That rounded corner, I could put an extra plant in there. So I just prefer the square, but I don't know. I've never had chicks, so I want to know what you think. Do you think a 12-foot by 4-foot square raised bed would be okay? And keep in mind, there would be a feeder in there and water, and also, this is where they're going to the bathroom. So I don't want them confined to like a space where they are limited in movement. I want them to be able to run and just enjoy life and have fun and have lots of space for everyone to roam around. So how many baby chicks do you think would safely and comfortably fit in one of these raised beds? And keep in mind, they're going to grow. So until it's safe for them to be outside, how many chicks can I put in here? Because ideally I would love to have one, but now you have to factor in, if I can get all the chicks in here, then I would also have 2 heat plates and I would have water and food. So that's going to take up some space as it is. And I will still want to make sure they have lots of space to run and play. Now, the other thing is that because I'm hatching from eggs, I need to make sure that I'm getting more eggs than I need to accommodate for some eggs that may not hatch and roosters. What if I got 3/4 roosters? So I'm going to need at least 60 eggs to hatch to make sure that I at least get that a decent amount of hens. So if I have to have 2 separate brooder setups, then that's fine. I will do that. But I would love it if I could get them all in one. So let me know, should I divide them into 2 and put maybe 30 in one, 30 in another? Or is that still too many? Should I actually have 3 of this brooders set up and divide my chicks into 3 and have 3 heat plates and 3, food and water dishes? It's a lot of extra added expense, but I want to make sure they're comfy and safe. So I need your feedback on what to do. But this is what I want to get for the actual brooder setup. And the other thing too is that I've never had chickens, so I don't know how it works with chicks, but I don't like the idea of separating them because I feel like if they're separated, then when it comes time for them to go into the actual like run and the coop outside, once that's built, are they going to have issues and start like some kind of pecking order or something? Like, who are you? And I don't want fights and I don't want anything like that. So if I can have them all in one area, then I feel like they've been raised with each other and they're used to each other. Everyone knows everyone and all will be well and they'll be loving friends. But if they're separated and then I have to put them together, will that cause problems? So let me know what your advice and your experience is so that I can avoid issues. And let's get into what are we going to fill this with. And now we are at the last part. So I need to fill these brooder boxes, and also I'm going to need to fill nest boxes shortly after my little chickens are ready to go outside. So I found 2 options that seemed decent. And one is hemp, which I have heard the best reviews on. And I also feel that it would be good in your garden. So I'm obviously going to be harvesting the chicken manure to put in my garden. And I want to make sure that whatever is composting in with that manure is safe for my garden. And I don't see anything wrong with hemp. So if you have experience using hemp and also have information for how that affects your garden, let me know because I want to know, is this a good option? It's expensive. So I want to make sure that I'm getting something that's good. And the next option is going to be pine. So I don't think that's a good option, but that's what a lot of people use. So let's go over and see what pine option is. This is the pine shavings that I found. It says that they are kiln dried for maximum absorbency, virtually dust-free, and scent-free. And the shavings are hypoallergenic and do not contain any aromatic oils. So that's good. And it's 20 liters, which is about 44 pounds, and it's $11.99. So I feel hemp is best, however, it is extremely expensive. So I'm just wondering if you have any knowledge on using pine with your chickens, because again, I want to keep my garden safe, and I just don't want to have pine in my garden if that's not something that you should be having in your garden. So I want to keep that in mind when I choose what to use in the brooder for baby chicks, because that can be composted too. And that'll be my start of my chicken compost. So I'm looking for what to use in the brooder as well as the nest boxes and in the coop. So I need all the information that I can possibly get. Let me know your experience. What is it that you use and what you like, what you not like, what should I stay away from? I need all the information that I can possibly get and all the help I can get with knowledge and learning and making this a success and also enjoyable because they are so cute. And who doesn't want farm fresh eggs? So let me know in the live chat and also in the comments what your opinions and advice are. Thank you so much for joining me on this live premiere. I am so grateful and appreciative for all of the comments, the advice, and the knowledge that you have shared to help me and also everyone else that's watching. And I look forward to sharing my experience with you all and hopefully be able to help others have a very enjoyable and fun chicken experience. So I will catch you on the next video, and thank you for all the birthday wishes.